tag. They're always competing at the same events.
I know. I saw I was looking at the in-game screen, and I saw 4 grunts, and I was like, uh-oh, which grunt is this?
Yeah,
So.
there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. Their clan's getting bigger and better, man. Those guys have been on the come-up.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I feel like every single tournament that we do see them enter, they just keep on taking so many names. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to be seeing Mr. L and Suarez, and this is a matchup that we have seen a couple of times at like the Aeon Weekly series. This is maybe like one of the matchup where neither character can hold too strong of an advantage on the other. Both of them have like such good like disadvantage options that they just kind of nullify one another's combo games.
Yeah, I mean, Yoshi on stage, you know, the classic and tried and true Thunder loops that Pikachu might have. Not easily, but perhaps sometimes possibly disrupted by Yoshi double jump armor. Meaning that Suarez is going to have a few get out of jail free cards. Wow, nice down air there, stacking up a big 30 damage just out of nowhere too.
Yeah, just a great catch on Mr. Elder, but just you have to really opt for a lot of like one-off hits and like, really knowing as Pikachu, what can I throw out that won't necessarily cause me to overextend, because Yoshi getting back onto the stage, so scary, and just double jump now, going to be able to close out that stock.
Really nice air dodge read from Suarez, or at least air dodge reaction. So now Suarez has a slight lead here going in, and Mr. L is going to have to find a way to stack up some damage without taking too much.
And I would say that this is not just like a slight lead, because Pikachu definitely does struggle to take out stock sometimes. It's so difficult to actually find edge guards on somebody like Yoshi. So if you're not finding that, it's either going to be dash attack, up smash, or left smash, which all can kind of kill pretty late.
Yeah, dash attack is a strong move, but not the strongest in the world. So a raw up smash could do the trick. Dash attack, see, yeah, 142.
It is.
Yoshi, fairly heavy as far as characters go, so not going to die to just about anything. But that dash attack is going to be enough to do it, which means Mr. L doing his best to even things out here.
Yeah, 64% lead, definitely nothing to sneeze at for Suarez, but just getting caught out once with the back heel. But in a position where Mr. L is normally able to put on so much damage and get stage control, Yoshi just double jumps away.
Yeah. But Pikachu also has some similar qualities where, especially off stage, Yoshi won't be able to bully Pikachu as much as, you know, you would be able to other characters who don't have such good recoveries and good recovery mix-ups. You know, that quick attack is really hard to edge guard. So we'll see if Suarez is able to do it. He was able to do it first stock, so.
That looked hilarious. Pikachu's head was inside of Yoshi's egg.
Yeah,
just disappeared. Oh, and not even just able to get like the full hits on the jump through, but you know, despite the fact that I feel like Mr. L is getting so much less off of his hits, he has been consistently winning neutral a significantly amount more times than Suarez the stock.
Yeah, despite having a full stock deficit before, Mr. L now about to clean up this second one, so good job picking up the momentum again and evening things up in his favor.
Now Suarez just needs to find a way to be able to get back onto the stage. No double jump, but just maneuvering around all of Mr. L's hitboxes, but a great catch on the landing. And therein lies the ability as Pikachu to execute the win condition.
Yeah.
You bait that double jump out of Yoshi, how do you catch this landing?
And then we just saw the double jump armor from Yoshi, getting him out of that combo that Pikachu had going, but still, 55 damage, that's a good amount of extra credit. So Suarez has to end this one pretty quick, though. Otherwise, more damage is sure to come.
Listen, one good down B, one good up smash, or just Suarez going out there preemptively trying to find a forwarder is not going to be able to do so quite yet. And I love the respect on the double hit. Just such good awareness of that move on shield. Dude, when a Yoshi starts jumping in with you on back hill, it's so scary. Is it going to be the full hit? Is it going to be a drag down? It's insane.
I mean, it's both of those options are certain death, so it's definitely not a move you want to see. Although if you don't space it just right, as you saw there, it is possible to punish.
Yeah, look, he's starting to fish forward a little bit too much. Mr. L is finding consistent out-of-shield options, and as Suarez is really fishing for that stock, as a result, he's taken so much more chip damage.
The stock's looking almost over. Suarez has to do something to turn this around. Otherwise, another dash attack could seal it. Comes down with a strong dare. And jab 2, taking the stock. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Was that like a jab jump neutral?
I don't think. There's no way.
I want to get a replay on that because there's no way jab 2 killed, realistically. But down smash is going to be able to do it, though. Mr. L, I feel like in the beginning, this was like both of them were just sort of like finding ways to be able to hold their leads as much as possible on the other. But as the set went on, or the game went on, I feel like Suarez's usage of his double jump has just become so much more liberal. Mr. L scouted it out and just caught his landings.
Not only that, but I feel that Mr. L was also utilizing Thunder Jolt as his projectile a lot more effectively, forcing Suarez to commit to the double jumps,
Yep.
which leads to, of course, the landing reads that you were talking about.
Yeah, Mr. L was able to bait those out. He was able to get the punishes on it. So going into this next one, I just want to see like Suarez be a little bit more conservative with it. It is such a good resource, but at the end of the day, it is a resource, and it is finite and limited. But look at these amazing up airs already for Mr. L. Just 30%, and nothing Suarez could do about it.
And one thing I also want to point out is, despite having such a really fast combo start, Mr. L then took the precaution to kind of back off and just throw some Thunder Jolts and reset to a neutral position.
And what an advantage state from Suarez as well. He has been consistently with punishing Mr. L's next options every time that he's getting a hit. His positioning after he lands just a couple of hits has been so well. Already putting on 100% onto the board. He wants that grounded forward. He wants it back here, an up smash out of shield maybe.
Ooh, nice mix-up with that recovery. Crossing up the shield not once, but twice. Now stuck in the corner.
Yeah,
Finds a way out by rolling, of all things.
Yeah, really aggressive, but Suarez was just not in any position to be able to cover that in time. Great parry on the first hit of back here, but with multi-hits, especially ones that have like landing hitboxes, you still have to continue respecting it. So I do like how Suarez didn't get greedy. He waited and found a different opening to punish.
Yep, was able to find that the chance to get that up air. Oh, missing the ledge and panic rolling right into that F smash. Mr. L capitalizing on quite a blunder from Suarez.
Yeah, it wasn't the sweet spot, so he's still chilling a little bit, but at 105%, now he's going to have to start playing really, really safely, really, really carefully. That's going to be down throw. Mr. L tries to go through the follow-up there. Is not going to be able to do so. Suarez is spacing a little bit off to try to convert it off of it.
Did you see how Yoshi back air outspaced Pikachu forward smash just a moment ago? That's wild. What a move. That move has so much disjoint.
It's big. It does so much for Yoshi. And Yoshi is just like somebody who has so many amazing aerials, but look at Suarez's keep away game. He's playing so well at mid-range because he knows the exact positions that he can jump and he can get away with shielding.
That's what we were talking about at the beginning. Yoshi's disadvantage state can be pretty decent against Pikachu, who has a lot of multi-hit moves that don't quite break that double jump armor. That one, though, will do the trick.
Yeah, Suarez's, I feel like some of his cloning options have been getting quite antsy. We saw that roll in after he immediately landed. We're seeing that really quick get-up attack. I feel like he just needs to be a little bit slower than pressing the trigger in some of these places.
Yeah, despite that anxious play in the corner, he seems to be doing well in neutral right now. So sitting pretty at 0%, whereas Mr. L dangerously close to losing a stock here. That was a nice aggressive fake from Suarez, kind of feigning going off stage and coming back on. Uh-oh. But Mr. L trying to turn things around now.
Honestly, I don't mind the fact that Suarez is holding on to the double jump thing. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm literally just, the only thing I'm losing is 10% more here, and I still get to hold on to this resource for a little bit later. So even though he can double jump out of some of those places, I feel like he's deliberately choosing not to.
I can't believe that forward air is able to nullify the egg just like that. Not even a particularly disjointed looking move, but it's able to do it, which is great for Mr. L. And Suarez has to find a way around all these roadblocks. Thunder Jolt's forcing him to approach, and obviously he can't quite contest with eggs, which are being stuffed out by forward air.
Oh, that egg was so big. I feel like he would have been able to get a conversion off of it, but just maybe wasn't ready for that hit.
Yeah, that was a hard thing to react to because he was already on his way down, so he had to commit way earlier if he wanted to, but that would have required a really strong read.
Such a big forwarder, has Mr. L into the corner, and tries to read a jump. So, honestly, that's the second time Mr. L has rolled out of the corner. Yep.
Nice shield poke, but gets the weird hitbox of that last one, and doesn't get the one that would kill, which, yeah, that move can do. Besides doing 30 damage, Yoshi down air also is a kill move.
Because reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the devs on deciding what they're gonna do with Yoshi's aerials because everything does everything.
Everything does do everything. You are 100% right.
Oh, really good stall from Mr. L, just sort of throwing Suarez off of his timing a little bit if he's looking for that 2-frame with egg. Now just controlling the stage again. What a recovery mix-up. I wasn't ready for it. I got hit by that.
I did too, but Suarez does not care about getting hit by it. Finds a way to get the kill with that back air, and now let's see how much extra credit he can get here on this stock. Mr. L resorting to throwing these Thunder Jolts again, just trying to space it out, trying to get some sort of commitment out of Suarez, who is still staying alive at 148.
able to force him into the corner. Is he going to be able to capitalize? That's going to be another down throw. Jumps in there, baits out that double jump, and just continues to keep him in a really nasty spot.
Yeah, but Suarez, despite being in that kind of position, is stacking up some damage here. 30%. Let's see what else he can get if he manages to find a way out of the corner. Mr. L covering so many options, and that drag down smash will take the stock, which means this is potentially Suarez's last stock of the tournament.
Yeah, but Suarez is just so good at finding his up air follow-up, just so much damage. But against Pikachu, against his specific weight, and just like how tiny he is, you're not going to find like those triple up airs, platform extensions like you would on a good amount of the cast. So Mr. L's still not taking as much damage as he could have.
Oh, nice run-up grab. We haven't seen a grab from either player in quite some time. Mr. L doing a great job of mixing it up, who now has a small lead. And he has Suarez in the corner, which is exactly where you want him.
He waited for it, too. The way that he was just threatening by jumping from so far away, he wanted Suarez to double jump in, and now take a look. Who has the lead? It's even.
I love the aggressive up smash that we just saw from Mr. L. But it looks like it didn't quite work out, and now it's Suarez in control.
No. That T-Jolt would have been so big, but Mr. L just a little bit too late. Not enough hit advantage to be able to get it. Suarez really looking for that up hill, and now Mr. L has...
No jump, and Suarez finds a way to hit him. Of all places to go, covers off stage with Nair, and evening this set out 1-1. This is the last best of 3 of the night, so both players are fighting for their lives here in this last game. Suarez takes a sip of his signature Powerade. You can always find him with either Gatorade or Powerade in his hand. I promise you this.
That was not an observation I made until you just told me about it.
Oh, he loves his electrolytes. I'm telling you.
Listen,
gotta stay hydrated.
You lose something. You lose them when you sweat, or something like that, and gamers show sweat.
Oh yeah, they're both probably sweating right now. This is the tournament life on the line here. We're going to Kalos Pokemon League for this game.
Kalos, I feel like, is such a good stage for the Pikachu. Just like anything that's particularly flat is just really, really solid because you're able to get a lot of drag down neutral. You're able to shark your opponents so well when they don't have platforms.
Yeah, catching landings will be a lot easier, which is what helped Mr. L win the first game. Plus, lots of extra space to throw Thunder Jolts, which is what was giving Mr. L the opportunities to catch landings by forcing some jumps. So we'll see if he does that here in the game at number 3.
Yeah, no, I was going to say like the same thing. Like when you have that much open space, T-Jolt just basically dominates the ground. You can't go to the platform. You're either staying there and shielding, or you're going to be trying to jump over it. And being able to force your opponent to those kinds of limited movement options is going to be so big. But look at Suarez's mix, looking like a KitchenAid right now, the way he's mixing.
Yeah, but of all the things to love out of that, of all the things to love. What I really loved was Mr. L's escape from the first time he got hit with the egg lay. Wave landing out of the egg, out of hit stun, instead of getting punished when he popped out, which was really, really good awareness from him. Instead of just mashing, like that's hard to do. Ooh, that was a close call.
Oh, and such a great catch on the jump, and now Mr. L just finds himself in a nasty spot. Look at that, like angling with the eggs as well. Suarez is just so on point. With his snipes there.
Nice tech from Suarez, and the tech read with the dash attack was really great awareness too from Mr. L.
It was such good coverage too, because I would have been able to cover the tech in place, miss tech, and a tech roll to the left. Because it would have been able to like push the model along. So there's great timing and execution. But speaking of great timing and execution, Suarez closing out that stock.
Oh man, good patience from both players, recognizing their level of safety and unsafety on shield, and Suarez, accidentally popping into the egg and going for a small trip.
I feel like, once again, the fact that Yoshi egg roll is bad as a meme, because every time it comes out, it ends up connecting and hitting and, like, doing something.
And if it doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't get punished for some reason, which is odd. A lot of people don't know the properties of that move, so definitely study up.
Listen, I consider myself, like somebody who knows a lot about the game. I wouldn't be able to tell you what it does. So, it definitely is something that just requires like a lot of experience to be able to deal with. I love those T-Jolts from Mr. L, just like a good amount of coverage, keeping himself safe as he gets back onto the stage, but he needs to find a way to get the stock.
Oh, that dash attack is almost a way to do it, but Suarez survives with some great DI, and thanks to Kalos' big blast zones.
Thanks to Kalos' big blast zones, and look at them coming into play for Mr. L here, just surviving that back here a little bit longer. Suarez, once again, just trying to find those eggs because it can convert into a neutral. You can get a forward spike out of it as well. But Mr. L is just like doing a great job of delaying his timings as much as he can.
Wow, now up two stocks here. Suarez gets a huge forward air into up air conversion, which means Mr. L really needs to close out this stock now because things are looking grim for him. All right, a dash attack. What? Does not quite get it with the dash attack at 169%. Forward air.
What?
Still not enough.
That didn't kill? Why?
I don't know. That's not killing either. 189 now and climbing. Suarez is clinging onto this life.
I wasn't expecting him to get back onto the stage. Such a nasty tech chase. Look at the option coverage, 53%.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. I can't believe that none of those killed, and now Suarez got 60% for free. Mr. L needs to play super conservatively here and make sure that every hit counts because he is very close to being on the brink.
The way Suarez sets up his like 50-50s when he tech chases is so good, so scary. Like, you just never feel safe against him. But such a commitment for Mr. L, giving up all of that stage as a result. And now is forced to fight his way back on as Suarez is looking for a nicely spaced retreating aerial.
Oh my God, that almost killed.
He's so sick. He's so sick with it.
Suarez still sitting at 15% on his second stock. Even if he just lost a stock right here, this would be a huge deficit to make up.
He's dashing back and forth. You know he wants an up smash.
He's feeling it, yeah.
Yep.
He was feeling the spacing on that, and with that down B, Suarez advances to top 8 over Mr. L, who, despite being an amazing player, man, top 8 is just so stacked. We can't fit everyone in there. Mr. L sitting at 9th, which still, great stuff to him.
I feel like this game, Suarez was able to make so much more use out of what should have been Mr. L's stage advantage going into this. I feel like he was just able to use it so much better in that, like, hey, he was able to catch Pikachu landings. He was able to set up tech chases. Pikachu didn't have any platform